Alright, Shalom. This is Ariel Ben Yasharallah down here in Lions Den camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amath. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. A double honor to my elder as well, Ahar One Ben Yasharallah down here in Lions Den camp. And it's sincere the water to the Akim, Doc Wathim, and the Bunyam, the brothers, the sisters, and the children who are pushing the truth and believe it with sincerity. Shalom, the water. Am I recording? Is an article that just popped up. It says Biden and Zelensky signed security deal as Ukraine's leader questions how long the unity will last. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky on Thursday held a security agreement signed with the U.S. He spoke at a briefing alongside U.S. President Joe Biden at the G7 summit in Italy. Biden and top global allies took action on dual fronts to reinforce their solidarity with Ukraine as it fights off Russia's invasion. So we're seeing that gathering happen right now. Everyone who's clicking up with Ukraine is pretty much clicking up with the whole America, and America's gonna fail. With a group of 7 leaders clearing the way for a $50 billion loan package for Kiev as he signed a security agreement with Zelensky. Italy, President Joe Biden and Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky signed a 10-year security agreement Thursday that they hailed as a milestone in relations between their countries, but that alone was not enough to stop Zelensky from wondering how much longer he could count on America's support. So, you know, even Ukraine is sounding leery of America's support. That's crazy. But the fact that he signed a 10-year security agreement with them, that made me get this. And I'll leave a link to the rest of the article. All right, this is Psalms chapter 49. Before I start reading the chapter, I want to read the prologue of it. It's in my Bible. I have turned to it. This is the prologue of Psalms chapter 49. It says, "In earnest persuasion to build the faith of resurrection, but not on worldly power, but on Yahweh." And that's from verses 1 to 16, and verses 16 to the rest of it says, "Worldly prosperity is not to be admired." Am I recording? Okay. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and read the chapter. Situate myself, Salakia. My pages are about to fly away, Salakia. Alright, I got myself together, Salakia. This is Psalm chapter 49, verse 1. "To the chief musician, a psalm for the sons of Korah. Hear this, all ye people, give ear, all ye inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor together." And I'm just going to jump to the point. This is verse 11. It says, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name." And this is the verse that came to mind when I was reading part of the article. When I read that article, is them talking about this signing a 10-year security agreement. They believe in their hearts that their houses are going to continue forever, not just 10 years, but they believe it's going to continue on for in their mind forever. Honestly, they don't see an end to this place. They don't see an end to the rat race. They don't see an end to the verse 9. It says that he should still live forever and not see corruption. They don't think they're corrupted. "For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others." That's what they do. Even more so got our people into it. It's trendy to get into generational wealth now. But our people and our people heathens, our people in the heathenistic mindset don't know what true riches are, don't know what true wealth is. "Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish." And that's all it is. That's all it is. This their way, Salakia, verse 13, "This their way is their folly, yet their posterity, Salakia, prove their saying, Salah." Prosperity, Salakia. Like sheep they are laid in the grave. Death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, and their beauty shall consume in the grave from their dwelling. No matter how high they may seem in this world, they're like sheep that are laid in the grave, and death feeds on them, even as they are given interview. And when I'm saying they, I'm talking about these fake Israelite camps who are 501c3 down, spewing false doctrine. These churches, these wicked entertainers and celebrities, they seem as if they're high in this world, but truly they're low, and death feeds on them. All right, the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning. Right now we're in the night, but as soon as the sun cracks over the horizon and it becomes morning, Lord willing, I and the Akim who are teaching, and Aquatim and children who are believing are of that number. Have dominion over them, and their beauty shall consume away in the grave. These OnlyFans chicks, that they living it up right now, but once they get older, that's it. That's it. They're not gonna be getting the same checks. All right, but Yahweh will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, for he shall receive me, Salah Khan. And the main point was verse 11, but the whole chapter goes into it very, very nice. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna finish reading it up. Verse 16, be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. So when we get money, or when or I'll say things start going our way, but when Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is rewarding us for work that we're doing, don't be afraid of it. All right, make sure we stay humble. Make sure we always stay Salakia. I ain't lose my train of thought, but I have a loss for words, because sometimes, like the scripture says, be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased, because we are doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and we will be getting benefits from it too as well. So be not thou afraid when one is made rich, and at the same time, be not thou afraid when one is made low. As the scripture says, I forget where it's at, but there's also scripture that says, "Be not afraid when one is made low," because the Lord is in control of who He makes low and high. So we always have to keep that in our eye. It might stifle us at times, but we have to be not afraid of that. Verse 17: For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away; his glory shall not descend after him. And that's talking about the wicked man. But whilst he lived, he blessed his soul. And men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself. Men praise you when you're prideful. There's so many statues to dudes doing things out of their own vainglory. So that's so. Verse 19, he shall go to the generation of his fathers; they shall never see light. Right? That's it. Men that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beasts that perish, and that's all that they are. And the scriptures also say that the glory of man is as a flower that bloom and withereth away. But going back to verse 11, Psalms 49:11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So get back to the article. It says President Joe Biden and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky signed a 10-year security agreement Thursday that they hailed as a milestone in relations between their countries, but that alone was not enough to stop Zelensky from wondering how much longer he could count on America's support. Zelensky also said that his country urgently needed the additional air defense systems to protect Ukrainians and the nation's infrastructure from Russia's continued bombardment. The leaders signed the agreement on the sidelines of the annual Group of Seven summit held this year in Italy, and Biden said the goal is to strengthen Ukrainians' defenses and deterrence capabilities. Zelensky said at a joint news conference that the signing made for a truly historic day, but he also wondered about the durability of support from the United States and other allies. So, what if he worried about the side he owned? It would be crazy if Ukraine just kind of gave in and became part of Russia. That would be insane. That would be crazy. But I'm gonna leave a link to the article in the video. I pray and hope this was edifying. Shalom.